welcome to another highly inspiring and stimulating podcast. Your favorite one, I am sure, TAP, the AIMS podcast. On today's episode, we'll be looking at a highly debated topic. But I am not alone in the studio. As you know me, Mariam Thalban, I am with Ajia Amina Muhammad, along with beautiful guests, of course. And we'll be looking at a topic that is well debated over the years and also one that's highly stimulating. And we'll not only be looking at the religious context of it, we'll be looking at the legal context of it, the emotional context of it, and also the reality of those living in it. Join me to welcome our guests and Ajia Amina. What do you have to say on today's topic?
You're looking very delectable. Let's start on that note. Let's motivate you.
Thank you,
It's a great pleasure to be here again on the AIMS podcast. And today we are going to be looking at, like she said, very interesting topic. Just have an open mind. Because interestingly, if you look at the African setting itself, you can just count a few fingertips, a few people who are not from such background. And that's the reason why we thought we should bring this topic to you.
And what is
so
this
that
topic?
You can contribute. Because you remember that our social media and you can always contribute on this program by sending in your comments. What's the topic?
Before we even go to the topic, let us introduce our guests. But maybe they will have an inkling as to what the topic is.
Okay, it's a great pleasure to welcome both public figures and our friends, the friends of your own friends too. A great pleasure to welcome to the studios of AIMS Studio again, Sheikh Muslihuddin Kalejaye. He is the founder, chief missioner of Ainur Rahman Islamic Foundation. Welcome to the program, sir.
Alhamdulillah, thank you very much.
Yeah. And of course, our dear, delectable sister, a barrister at law, a mediator, and I can go on and on.
Woman of many favors.
Hajia Siddiqot Nelawa Ahmed.
You're welcome. It's good that you added the Ahmed because that's one of the bases of our being here, as a matter of fact.
That is what has quoted it. How are you, madam?
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. It brings us great pleasure to have you on set today. So, we're looking at what again, Ajia?
Polygyny. Polygyny.
Look at that, you just dropped it like a bomb.
Polygyny. Ajia, let's start from you. We all have beautiful stories to tell on this topic. But let's start from how do we position or describe polygyny? From a broader perspective.
Well, thank you for having me. Polygyny is, of course, the practice of a man with more than one wife. And this is something that is, even though some religions outrightly stipulate it, it's something that is widespread. It's not even just bound by religion, you know, and it's something that is more cultural than even religion.
More traditional.
More traditional, exactly. So you just find out that it has just been there even before it became spelled out. You know, we've heard that even, you know, many centuries ago, especially here in Africa, it used to be bragging rights, you know.
Wow.
For a man to have more than one wife. As many wives as he has, as many
children.
Shows how wealthy he is. And
it's not just about here in Africa.
Status
Even
symbol.
outside of the African continent.
no, I'm
we
just
have
even
people
saying that
bragging,
that's
having
how
concubines
it
and
used
all
to
that.
be. It used to be the in
We're
thing.
talking of the
We're even talking of the
main.
beyond the concubines,
The side chicks and all
the
of that.
wives.
Side chicks, they're just calling them side chicks now. Oh. It's
Baby
not side
mama.
chick
It
before.
used to be concubines.
Concubines,
But you
yes.
even know that the main polygyny, it had been there. That, you know, men would just have more. Even beyond royalty, it was something that was, you know,
There you are
widespread.
taking the royalty to, but sir, how do you, compliment the bragging rights? How do you compliment that statement? Taking it from our forefathers, like it says, centuries ago, and, some people even talk of polyandry, differentiate
in those days, our forefathers married more than one wife for occupational reason.
Good.
Many of them were farmers, and they needed more hands on their farms. So these women will be there to give them cheap labor. These women will be there for them constantly. Because if they are higher hands, they can always go to other places. But once they live under their shelter, they will be there for them readily. They also look at people like Oba Ogunde, all those
Popular people.
theater practitioners in those days, Ojola Dipo of this world. They had as many women as possible. But they were travelers.
From one place to the other.
Traveling from one place to the other. So they needed these women to participate in their
vocations.
Yes, sir. Just to be clear, you know, we know that the religion of Islam, we are all Muslims here.
Sure.
We know Islam permits polygyny. Is it a recommendation? Is it a command? Or just
Is it right? Is it a privilege?
Yes. How do Islam, how does it present it, especially for the benefit of our viewers out there that are not Muslims?
Thank you, Motobala Kumanasai. Masna was plus or bar. He said, marry that which is okay by you, 1, 2, 3, or 4. But if you fear you cannot do justice, marry but one. So which means the one that is compulsory is 1.
Okay.
Anything after 1 is recommended and not obligatory.
Okay.
But there is also that clause. No matter how you try, you will not be able to do justice. Is that not sort of discouraging enough? Are we hinging on that to ensure
So
that
when we say
the man
justice,
do justice?
It has many colorations.
Okay.
Justice could be in terms of having the energy to satisfy the women. It could mean having the financial muscle to see them through. It could be having that relational intelligence to be able to deal with women from different backgrounds. It could also mean having the time to give them quality attention that they all need.
Interesting.
These are part of the
Characteristics.
yes.
We are coming back to Sheikh to give us more practical examples.
Okay.
of
Particularly
what
from the
this
men's
means.
point of view.
But Aja Siddiqo, we want to learn from you. What has been the hardest part of polygyny in your own personal experience and opinion, personal opinion too? Your opinion could be different from your experience though.
Even
share-
other
tell us
people's
your
opinion, because you
Yes.
are a mediator. You've mediated a lot of things like this.
Okay, so in my opinion, I think the hardest part is men having to deal with different personality of women and not understanding or appreciating that they are struggling. Unlike women where we're encouraged all the time, seek counseling, reach out to this, men struggle. They find it difficult to reach out for help. And they are the central figure in polygyny.
Sure.
So having to deal
factor.
with woman A, B, C, D, and not seeking some kind of support
Counsel.
can be really challenging for them. Because you see that sometimes they come with the backlog from one house to another house.
Oh, interesting.
That's my opinion.
Yes.
Experience. When you have to deal with, because you see, the truth is there's usually more sympathy for initial wives than subsequent. Subsequents are living with the stereotype of you are going to break a happy marriage, you are going to break a happy home. People hardly think of the fact that subsequent wives also have struggles.
Emotions.
Whether you like it or not, especially in situations where it is clear that the existing marriages are blooming, a subsequent struggles to think, will I be able to build this too? Would I be able to have this too? Let's leave the problematic ones. Let's leave the, that you feel that are odd, people who come with the mindset of I want to come and scatter, people who get into a situation where everything is fine. They also fear that, will I also be able to build a beautiful marriage like this? So that's experience. Because, the initial would always have the ace over subsequent. They spent longer. They understand the man more. When the man was crude, they were there. So what may take a subsequent forever to explain, an initial just needs to blink and the man already understands.
You think? Coming back to that.
Sheikh, she said something very important.
Yes.
Why the women are struggling, emotionally weaker and all of that, to seek counsel. The men, see, out of ego, out of I know it all, and
Out of
they
ignorance
hardly
even.
seek counsel. Look, I am the man here. I know it all.
I know what I'm doing.
You know, in African setting, it is un-African for a man to be going about seeking for advice. But with modern day exposure, men are beginning to realize that you can't go through the length all alone. You need advice here and there. You need counsel from people. Those were the days of ignorance, when we thought we are the Mr. Know-it-all, and we are the Alpha and Omega in the house. Everything begins and ends with us. But now, the tide is changing.
Okay, let's do the flip side. She asked her personal experience. You dare to share your own most difficult aspect of it too, because we know you're multiple general. You know, you have it. Tell us, sir.
Yeah, well, having the first wife, no problem. Everything was okay between us. Then I now had course to bring in the second wife.
At cost. Shake.
Yes, I had course, yes.
At cost to
Right,
bring it.
right, not a privilege. Right.
The cause was that this woman at home, she was the epitome of everything a man could look for in a woman.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, after that, all our children are going to be female, and they have female now.
Okay.
And I needed a
male.
male child. So that prompted me to bring in a second woman. Because of our closeness, mutual understanding, initially it wasn't easy
Of course,
for
naturally.
that woman to come in. So it took an effort, some time, before I could be able to blend
Conviction.
the year between the two of them. But later on, we got along and everything started moving fine.
Interesting. But you see, this is a very beautiful story you're telling. Some would do it the other way around. You like it or not, something I want to do. And you go ahead, even though it's a right, this is where emotional intelligence come in.
Yes.
Aja, you want to talk briefly about that?
Okay, so what I struggle to understand why a man would want to start another family, and you would think that to sneak or to go in secret is the way to. In my experience in dealing with clients, it's usually the first cause of challenge
Yes.
in subsequent
Problem.
marriages. Because when you start on secrecy, it means that you are going to be having a lot of lies, a lot of deceit, a lot
Another
of
lie to back
So-
up another one.
yes. So in the process, you have set up the women against themselves from the beginning.
Automatically.
Because the one you at home, you are lying to her to escape. The one you are going to meet, you're also lying to her to. So, but really, especially, you know, when you are dealing in a situation where it is allowed, the best thing is sit
Transparency.
the woman down and inform her. It is different from taking permission, because you see, yes, the men sometimes read it as, do I need to take up? No, it is not permission.
Yes.
It is that emotional intelligence to inform ahead. Don't spring surprises, because everyone is going to deal, even the man himself. So let's start on a good footing,
I think.
so that the transition will be easy for
Everybody.
everybody.
Beyond the transition, even the reality of it, because the reality is that this man set these women up.
The reason I say transition is it is going to be transition for everybody.
Yes.
A man who has been married to just one will have to struggle to deal
To
with
balance.
marrying two.
To balance.
So it's also transiting from a man with one wife now
Monogamy.
with two. And the woman who has had him exclusively for 24/7, all the, you know, having to deal with, you know, half of the time with him. And a woman who has never been married before and is also looking forward to some kind of exclusivity. The thing is, whether we like it or not, a man who is married, a woman coming into, because she's riding on, this is my marriage too. She also wants to build something.
Exclusive marriage.
So there's a feeling of, yes, I'm going into polygyny, but my monogamous marriage in polygyny.
Genie.
So there's
How
expectation.
realistic is that? We are still coming back to that. But before we come to that, I want to ask Sheikh something. Sheikh, what mistakes do you think men commonly make in a polygynous marriage, in a polygynous setting?
Particularly when you have to set up rivalry between the women.
Because
This,
some
the
men,
first-
idea of orogun.
The first
You know,
mistake is taking the woman for granted.
Good.
Number two, he is thinking that he who pays the piper
Dictates
dictates
the
the
tune.
tune. Number 3, believing that this is a male-dominated society. Anything
It's
we
a
do,
man's word.
we can always have our way.
Mm.
Number 4, most of these women, financially, they are dependent on the man. So believing she has no choice.
As it should be, women should be dependent
So
on their
she
own
has to go along with me, or else I will strangulate her financially.
Yes. Then the financial abuse thing
That
comes
is
in
it.
and all that.
Okay, so you just hinged on a point now. The woman is dependent on the man.
Yeah.
So a man will just come up and say, she has offended me, let me deny her monthly allowance and all of that. Does that really, without, genuine reason, even if she has offended him, is that enough to deny her the allowance that you talked about now?
No, that's why we said for a man to go into marriage at all, he needs to read books on marriage.
You are a serial author.
He needs to do some consultation with people who have the knowledge,
And
the
the practical
experience, to put him in proper shape as to how to go about it. Because this marital
Journey.
journey, you can never graduate from
You
it.
can never graduate, it's learning. Okay.
So, and you cannot be Mr. Know-it-all. Even at my level, I'm still learning.
Okay, very good. Sorry, very good. There are some men who are not even qualified or who didn't prepare well for marriage, monogamous marriage.
A lot.
And they now say, I want to also practice polygyny. They brag about it.
It is because they don't know the religious
Cases.
implication. The Holy Prophet made us aware that if you get married to 2 women and you favor one unjustly against the other, when you rise on the day of judgment, you have half of your body paralyzed. So when you know all this, then you be careful.
You'd even be scared to go into it. You'll be scared to go into it. Now, Sheikh, I want us to look at this. Way before now, I mean, decades ago, centuries ago, we see polygyny as something that men and are the ones going into polygyny. To the point where if a young man, a young guy, is to enter into marriage and is already talking about sex, they say, but today we have
younger people.
Yes. Some even going ahead to marry 2 at once. Why do you think more young men are going into it? This is hinging it on the last question.
Because this issue of Salafism, we are taking it to an unbearable extent. All in the name of trying to serve Allah, all in the name of doing it the Salafi way, the Sunnatic practices. Now they are doing it the wrong way. Or not getting it right at all.
Okay.
I even want to add to that. There's even there's a lot of youthful exuberance in this. The way there was a bragging rights then, there's even a twist now. It is more of some kind of levels. Larry, our boys. How many stars?
Boys, not even men now.
How many stars? How many stars?
Yes, I've seen them.
Some of them are not
brothers like that.
Some of them don't even if one they are presently on, they don't even understand what they are doing. But because when Tabati Joko, they want to say, I mean no, I want that is it for some of them. And that is why we hear some of these horror stories today, the sub stories of you marry the other or the others and you just abandon them because they have gotten to the battlefield and they have seen that
it's not easy.
And to add to that, some of our older women are to be blamed.
Oh, how so?
They pay too much attention to the girl child, to the abandonment of the boy child.
Not nurturing and
most
tutoring
of these boys
them.
are not boys. In the sense of the word boys.
Not to talk of men.
That is it. They are not properly groomed.
But where are the fathers? Where are the men? What are they doing?
You see, this topic.
Now, for these days, we have absent fathers. Look at the parent-teacher association meetings.
It's only women.
What?
Look at the end of the year parties in the school.
Visiting day.
I mean, where are the fathers?
The open day.
And then the economy of the country is not helping matters at all.
Challenge everybody wants
The
to
fathers
earn.
are there on the streets, struggling to make ends meet, pay house rent, school fees, feeding.
We're out now, shake.
That's what
But-
he
So we
said.
have absent parents generally.
So because of that now, these boys don't have the prerequisite home training necessary for them to graduate from boys to men and know how to get it right.
But we know that you do a lot of mentorship.
Sure.
You should also carry that to a lot of the men folk. At the program where we were, this topic itself, we need a colloquium, we need a summit, we need a workshop, town hall meeting for the men to learn.
Yes.
But Haja, must polygyny necessarily be the Orogun type, rivalry? Can't you just make up your mind? I want to serve Allah. I want to serve God with this journey. But that is what scares a lot of people.
You know, the thing is, there's more of cultural polygyny than the sonotic one.
Yes.
And that's where the Orogun thing comes from. Some men, just like Sheikh said earlier, are not even men, they're not boys. So they thrive on when women are competing and making them. So that is-
They even set up the rivalry.
They are the ones
They set
who-
up the rivalry.
Yes.
Oh.
So that's the only way they can try.
So them it's dangerous for the wives to
To-
be.
to-
They are now
To be
struggling.
friends.
I want to be
Yeah.
the favorite.
To be
You
cordial.
understand?
So they feel that's the only way they feel on top of the world. When the women are at each other's throat, at their own, you know, in favor of
favor of
them.
them.
So the man, that's when he feels like a man. Again, there's background.
Imagine.
There's background factor too in this. Some actually grew up saying only that, and that's only what they know. So they feel that is the
Best way to practice or to
Fuji House of
continue
Commotion.
the journey.
promotion. Exactly.
What's your counsel for the men? Because when you now deliberately set up rivalry among women, shouldn't that call for some form of enlightenment?
They should
Using
remember.
again that you use your experience. You know, you have had cases like this.
They should
several.
remember the sins of the Holy Prophet. So it's a kulukum rohi wa kulukum masihulun and roihati. You are hot shepherd, and every shepherd shall be called to account as to the sheep in his domain.
Your flock.
So the men should know that everything we are doing, Almighty Allah is watching us, and He will take us to account for all our actions.
What if you are told, are you to judge me? Even when you remind some people like this, are you my judge? You are not my God. So it's not something
to
that...
a large extent, I think to even add to it is we all need to be well grounded. Men, women alike. Most of what leads to this Orogu setting is we not doing it right. For instance, some men will hide under the guise of I want my family to be united, I want my children to grow together. You force women under this in living conditions that you know
Inhabitable.
that is a problem from the beginning.
Despicable.
And then you expect everyone to be at their best.
To maintain.
So from the get-go too, you have set everyone against
for
themselves.
failure, yeah.
And then, especially when, for instance, there's been some level of sacrifice from the existing.
Yes.
And then you bring in another, and then you lump everything up. Ordinarily, you've set everybody up. And so that Orogun thing, even without planning it, you have
It will
set
come
it
to
out.
fall.
Again, when you make someone feel like, because I have a new thing,
Well,
I've
you
abandoned
don't waste.
or when you
are
or
past
when
tense.
you make the new thing feel like I made a mistake, you now face the existing.
In fact,
You have set up the Orogun
out
thing.
of,
And
out
these
of
are things that
sympathy
men-
or something,
And these are
you
some
now
of the
reverse
feelings.
it.
Yes,
And these are some
Check
of the
is
feelings.
smiling.
because at the end, this is what we deal with.
These are some of the things that he's
Reality.
confronted with.
Then you will now start hearing
Practical
things
experience.
like, he has regretted it.
hell,
He has seeking it.
if I had
and then,
known.
And then one
What
is
have
now
I-
left
I'm doing you a
hanging.
favor.
Yes. I married you out of pity. I did you,
I want
you
to
know,
serve God.
and then it now becomes like,
I want to have more children. That's why I married another one.
there are some that even say it outrightly, don't have children. I only married you because I want to sleep with you extra.
Lost.
Really?
I deal with that.
And you've heard that.
She's a mediator now.
wow.
Interesting. He's
That.
coming to you live from the studios of Ames Media Company Limited, and the program is the Ames Podcast. And remember that this conversation that we're having here, you can join us. Send in your questions, send in your comments. We'll be glad to. And remember, this tap, we can't just run it dry. We're still expecting you to collaborate and support in whatever way you think you can. Sister Mariam, how far? Are you enjoying the conversation?
It's been highly stimulating. Of course, this topic naturally, it's a very stimulating one for me. So, and now as we have been discussing, having Sheikh, giving us life experiences from his own personal and, of course, the other experiences of people that come to him, and also just to I'm hearing things here that, I'm surprised to hear. Look at what you just said now about men that would deliberately tell a woman that, you know what, I'm not
having children.
Just for pleasure.
Yes.
Yes.
Really.
Have you experienced this?
Every day.
Yes.
Wow.
Sheikh,
Yes.
to support every day.
Every day.
Wow.
So what's your
Okay,
counsel?
so I want to ask something before we go back to the counseling now. What is the greatest misconception about polygyny from a woman's perspective now, based on your experiences, the ones which you've heard and the ones from others, and what's the male's perspective also? The greatest misconception.
That polygyny is it favors just men.
So you think it doesn't favor just men?
No, really, wait. This is what I hear day in, day out. I have community of women living in polygyny, and this is what we struggle with almost on a daily basis.
I'm not in your community. How?
Okay. We'll talk about that. So that
Enlist.
men are the
Opportunity
ones
to
that
enlist.
men are the ones only enjoying. It is only about them. It is only about them.
Is it not?
But
It's
okay,
not.
let's look at
It's
it.
not.
That's the topic. Whose benefits?
The lawgiver will not give something that is one-sided.
Sure.
We practitioners may make mistakes, but it can never be one-sided. You may say that is more on one side than the other, but it is never.
I don't think it is benefit for the man, because if you think of the load they carry,
Yes,
everything emotionally, they have to share their emotions, the resources, and
And
they have to
themselves.
travel from one place to the other.
Not only that, if there was no polygyny, many women would be in heaven by now.
Heaven.
Oh no,
Oh, yes.
Sheikh too big by.
Because at the end, to ride on that, ride
Yes.
on that, you know that the companionship we have as children, as siblings, it gets to a point where it expires, in quotes. And the way we have been created, our nature is to look forward to the companionship of a spouse.
Aged at the age.
And that's why you see that aged spinsters, elderly spinsters, they will move out of their parents' house because that companionship till expire.
What to expire?
They have not gotten the spousal,
overdue.
So that we all need spousal companionship. That is what marriage is for.
Biologically, we have more women than men.
What's the statistics?
So if we all stick to one man, one wife, the
Many
leftovers, what happens?
Everyone, like we know that not everyone would get married. According to Korea, not everyone will get married.
But there's no celibacy in our belief.
Our way of
Yes.
life.
You're
Yes.
supposed to
Celibacy.
intentionally become celibate, but you can become celibate.
And
That's
that
what has
is
been
and that
given
is
for
why
you.
you see that even there's the provision for women who are the ones who approach the man and say that, you know what, the financial, don't worry, I can sort myself financially.
You're
I
not
just
too wild.
need you as my
As a
companion.
companion, yes.
And is allowed.
Even
Even
before
though
we go on break, sir, I need you to talk about the benefits, though you have alluded to it. How does it benefit women more? Or how is it more of a challenge for the men, from your own personal experience?
A woman lost her husband and she started having mental health problems.
Wow.
And I counsel that we must get another man
Marriage.
for her. So when we got her a widower, everything changed positively.
Widower that is not married before, right?
That has lost his
Lost his
wife.
Lost
wife.
his wife also.
But now the arrangement was she will remain in her husband's house.
Okay.
On Fridays, she leaves the husband's house,
And
goes to
and
this
meet.
man's
Okay.
house, will be there till Monday morning before she comes back.
Well,
And they were legally married.
okay.
So it's not like she abandoned the children.
No, that is it.
Just she was married, and what he's trying to allude now to is that companionship,
emotional
That
attachment.
And she got her head back.
because it is innate.
Doing
That's how we are
fantastically
going.
well.
That is just one out of several other
That's why I
cases
said,
like that.
without polygyny, life will be
I want to.
unbearable for some women.
Okay,
to
so
bring an ice
this
just right now,
Sister
but-
Mariam, before you continue, you see, we are not just, we don't want to just continue this conversation by ourselves alone. Send in your comments, join the conversation so that it can be interactive. You know, it's TAP coming to you from the studios of Ames Media Company Limited.
Because we appreciate every single one of our viewers out there, and we're expecting you to join in the conversation. We'll be going on a break shortly.
Ames Media Company Limited offers media services for developmental journalism, public relations, marketing, event coordination pan-Nigeria, and training. Top-notch media content comprising documentaries, talk shows, magazine and children's shows, each and all promoting family values for sustainable development. Our partners, collaborators and patrons span individuals, groups, corporate bodies, government, NGOs, UN bodies, and more. Be reassured that our studio facility will meet your yearnings of digital solutions to your broadcast content. We are peopled by board members with unblemished track records and major players in the corporate world.
Hello, it's Child Crest.
Our panache, passion, and professionalism make her the lead driver of our goal-focused team. Entrust your brands to Ames Media Company Limited to add value to your corporate existence while meeting your target audience. www.amesmedia.com.ng, info@amesmedia.com.ng. Like us on our Facebook page, Ames Media Company Limited. Ames Media, turning your dreams into reality.
Okay, we're back in the studios of Ames Media Company Limited. This topic is very, very interesting. I know you are also interested in contributing, so we'll await your comments. We'll be coming to you shortly. Tamaria, what do you think?
In fact, if you hear deep sigh, this has been a very, very interesting one for me. And of course, I'm learning greatly, as I'm sure all of us out there are also. So, Ajia Siddiqo, what was your reaction when you have another wife, right? I mean, after you, or you, were you married on somebody? I mean, are you the subsequent or the initial?
Of course, I'm the subsequent.
Okay.
I'm the number 3. So, but there's a twist.
Okay, you are the number 3 of a 3-star general. Oh wow, interesting.
But there's
So
a twist,
how did you feel knowing that you're going into this kind of relationship?
I honestly did not have any. I didn't have any. I wasn't averse to it really, because just like we know that this is something. The only reason we are having this conversation is because it's allowed. So for me, I'm going into marriage, even though there was a bit of, why. But this is also marriage that is allowed. I'm not committing a sin. I'm not. I just had the conversations that I felt was needed, This is apartments, this, that.
What kind of conversations for those people that are
marriage
looking
contract,
into? Okay.
actually. That is where some of us make mistakes. We don't have contracts.
Proper
We
conversation.
don't have proper conversations. For instance, to put it in context, your husband tells you he wants to marry another, rather than having that fine details of, okay, this is what should be for me.
Yes.
You're fighting.
What are your provisions for me?
You're fighting. And because you're fighting, you're not having that real conversation.
Settle
and
me
then
before you go
everything
ahead.
would just be lumped up. Or
I'm
you
going
who
to
is
come to
also
that. I want to talk to Jake
you
about
who is
that.
also
Settle me.
coming, you who is also coming in. You're not having that fine conversation of, okay, this is where I'm going to live. This is what I'm going to do with myself. Okay, I want
How
to
many
work.
days? How do
I
you want
want
to be
to
sharing the night?
Sharing.
Yes, because I have women who say that they don't know where their husbands will come. They don't have days. It's
Wow.
only when
My.
it comes.
Imagine.
Wait. Just hot there. Shake. Sharing. multiple star general.
I don't know why the husband will come.
It's just when
don't
it
know when
comes.
the husband will
When
come.
it comes, it comes.
So we even spend thy kingdom come more days in one place, and then the other one is left,
It's ungodly.
moping,
It's ungodly.
angry. Huh?
It's ungodly.
Wow.
It's
No, but they
Islamic.
do it now.
But you know that you do it now.
And then
No.
any
He
little,
doesn't do
any,
it.
No, I don't mean
No,
him
no.
as in
any
he's
little,
representing all men right now.
any little offense,
Out of
Pam, he will run away and go there.
out of ignorance. Now, for you to leave a woman unattended to in Islam, she must have committed some offenses that are already spelled out in the.
Please share some of this
Sharia.
offense so that we can
Like a
learn.
woman now who fornicates or committed adultery, and she was caught red-handed.
Red-handed.
You have to separate from her bed for some period. And when that period is over, you continue your relationship with her.
Does it also entail denying her allowance?
Nicely. Okay,
No. You give her
no.
not just the bed alone.
Okay.
All other appurtenances of the marriage, she
continues.
gets it uninterrupted.
Sheikh, I've had instances where, you know, some people say, settle me if you know you want to marry
Yeah.
another. So what do you think about women that do that?
Ask for
where
that.
they say, you know what, you want to get married to another person, there's no problem. Just give me a house in Banana Island, get me, you know, 2024 edition of, you know, Range Rover Sport and all of that. I mean, that's what I would do if I were given the chance.
Sure.
Because she's scared. Maybe after the subsequent one comes in,
If-
she will be neglected.
If the man
Can afford it.
can afford it, why not?
So a woman can go ahead to ask.
I can even get you a house in London.
It's part of the sunnah that you
If
know,
that-
compensate.
if that will make
that
you
will make
happy.
you, if it will douse, you know, the
tension.
tension. It will
Then get
soothe
something
you.
clear. In Islam, it is allowed. Just as you say,
Okay.
you want to get married to a man, you can sign an agreement after meeting other woman.
Wow.
Yes, it's
Even
allowed.
for a single one.
Really?
Yes, it's allowed.
And if that is breached,
Oh, that is cause for marriage, for the
divorce.
dissolution of the marriage. A woman is allowed to say, me, after
I
me,
can't deal.
no other woman.
this is Amaria.
If the
So it's
man,
now left for the man.
if the man, Which-
Science.
Agrees
is,
to it.
that's it, that's it.
Wow. So Sheikh, we have a question from our viewers up there. Thank you for joining us. And of course, we have this question saying that how do you go about telling your spouse that you want to get married to another woman, you're bringing in another wife, without causing conflict? And you still want to enjoy, I mean, you want to eat your cake and have it. No, let me not judge. Sheikh, so how...
But that's
do
the
we
truth.
go
You
about
want to
it?
eat your cake?
Yes,
Have
now.
it. For most of them.
You must be man enough,
Courageous.
courageous, to know how to go about it.
There's a special school for that.
Like me now, when I wanted to get a second wife, my wife was telling me, is there anything coming? I said, well, babe, I don't got to say, these gifts are becoming too many.
You were bribing her. You were soft landing.
That she's suspicious that something is dumping, that too much gift.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
That is it.
Wow. That's
For
interesting.
for
That's
people
interesting.
who know, who are knowledgeable, they understand that you create a soft landing.
Yes.
But you know, there's also a flip side to it. Do not overcompensate.
Yeah.
Because there's that part too
Entitlement.
where you will now continue to do it to the extent where
You will forget
the one
the
you brought in
coming
will
room.
now seem like I committed a sin. Overcompensation. There's also that part.
Sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
and some women too also take advantage of that compensation. They will continue to sit on the man
Entitlement.
until
Under.
it becomes too glaring that
Alasheju. I think it's important here to remind our women that it's very important to remain grateful, because you know what the Prophet said about when he
about
went
women.
on Israel Miraj and he found a lot of women in the pit of hell, and they said because they were the ungrateful ones. Because yes, such women, they will end up saying, "What have you done?"
what have you done?
And instead of
And they
that, I
continue to
spent
guilt
all
These are
my
the
time.
sacrifices I have done.
Continue
You are
to
now,
guilt the
now
man.
when we are trying to enjoy ourselves.
You
This
brought
now you now
in-
brought in somebody else.
And you continue to guilt the man to the point where he feels like, okay, let me just continue
But
to
what
do.
if you don't intend to guilt the man? It's just your emotions.
That's
I mean,
why
that's just the way you
we all
feel.
need balance. Like the Yoruba
Then
people say,
also,
any
a
buru
man who wants to go into polygyny must be very sagacious, and cerebral.
Sagacity.
Courageous.
Cerebral.
Agidi like me. Agidi.
And cerebral.
Some level of
I
agidi.
think firm.
I will give you an example. A man had 4 wives. They were constantly quarreling. One day, I told them that next week,
I'm bringing another one.
no, I will tell you my favorite. So that all others will know their place in this house.
Competition
That I'm going to
overloaded.
buy a special ring. Whoever I give the ring to
Is
is
the-
my
My
favorite.
favorite.
the man now went to buy 4 sets of rings.
Wow.
He will go into the first house.
You are my
say,
favorite.
Just keep this ring.
Let them know.
So let them do. So by so doing, he gave all the 4 wives.
And everybody started feeling
Ẹ̀yin
like.
It's started,
kẹ̀, Adomo, ẹ̀yin kẹ̀.
Èmi ni o.
And the
Tí a wà
house
bẹ́ẹ̀.
became
Quiet and peaceful.
That's a strategy.
Diplomacy.
Sir, let me come to the issue of
But not be Gen Z's, oh.
Mm.
Hey, not be Gen
No,
Z's,
it can't
oh.
be Gen
Gen
Z.
Z will flaunt the ring, oh. I mean,
Can't be Gen Z.
I mean.
Can't be Gen Z.
yeah, it's the issue of rivalry,
okay.
you know. She said something that I need you to really clarify on. You are very used to the first one. Eventually, you married the second or third or whatever subsequent one. And because out of guilt, you now just say, someone has sacrificed for me a lot. You now just switch and say, because of the, and then directly or indirectly, you are neglecting the new one, knowing that he also has emotion.
That means the person is not a real man. A real man under no circumstances
Out of
must use
sympathy.
switch. You must remember that God is ever with us. Khafulaha ka'anuka tarao. Fa'inlam tekun tarao fa'inahu yarak. Fear Allah as if you are seeing him. If you are not seeing him, he's seeing you.
Okay.
Once you are God conscious in everything you are doing, you won't do that.
Okay, you see, this topic with
If you do that to your own daughter, will you be happy about it?
good, they don't know. This topic, we say to whose benefits? Honestly, the man, we have talked copiously about the man and the woman, but let's look at the general society now. When we say polygyny, how does it benefit the family, nucleus of the society, the family,
The benefit
and then the society?
is multivarious.
You need to talk about
Look
it.
at Abiola. When he was amassing wives, they asked him why. He said he was trying to distribute wealth to various families. That was his reason. That anywhere he marries from, that family automatically
Out of
becomes.
Millionaires.
Out of poverty.
That was his own reason. Some could do it to take away all these holoshows on the street, all these prostitutes. Many of them don't like doing it, but they did it, or they are doing it because nature wants to kill them. And they must find a way out of the problem they're having.
But it should not be abused.
Sure.
Sister Sidiko.
Once it is not more than 4.
You know, from your own story, you've always aspired. You don't see anything wrong with it. But would that be the same story now, having practically experienced it? What are the
Are you
few
putting
challenges?
on the spot?
No. I mean, we are sharing experiences here. That's what podcast is all about. You know, we're sharing things, stories that people can learn from.
Okay, go ahead.
You know,
These
you
are not
have your
textbooks.
ways.
These
If
are
you
things
used
that
to
book
make
will
the
not teach
same
you.
make the same choice in terms of, are there things that,
I don't know.
that's it.
You know, like I said earlier, whatever the lawgiver gives us is perfect. We
Sure.
practitioners make mistakes, and that is where we have, our challenges and all. I will still choose polygyny and polygyny to a good man,
Oh, that's good. That was very nice.
because
Deliberate.
that is what makes it worthwhile. Because at the end of the day, we want companionship. We want with someone who will treat you right,
Yes.
who would not abandon you, who would not make you question your
You not
decision
feel,
at the end of the day.
do
you
me a
see,
favor.
there's a stereotype already when you are going in to marry someone who is already married. most of the time, the society does not see you as going into your marriage. They see you as going into
somebody
breaking
else's
a family,
marriage.
breaking a marriage. So
An
if
intruder.
Exactly. So and if you are not treated right, they are waiting to say,
Chemosa.
Yes.
We told you.
especially if you know there were a lot of vocals before you got in, and then you are now left, you are now running on helter skelter. Hide my identity, please. What will I do if my husband is not? So really, I would choose polygyny again with a good man, because at the end of the day, it gives us this. There's this flexibility, knowing that I'm also married to my husband, and I have a bit of time to do my thing, to do my stuff.
Interesting. That's the aspect.
To pursue my goals, to live my life, you know. To call the
Knowing
shots
that
sometimes.
is also taken care of elsewhere. Not necessarily that he's not around now. Where is he? I don't even know who is chasing. I don't know.
Even if he travels and he's not with a woman, you
You are
Something.
yes. You
You had mentioned something earlier about practicing monogamy.
inside.
How
Okay,
feasible is that?
At
How
the end of the
realistic is
day,
it?
when we practice it properly, for instance, putting each woman in their own apartments, leaving everyone to face mind their business, everyone is able to focus on their marriage
Worship.
with the man. Not that somebody's marriage is coming to continue another person's own. Or somebody takes another as a glorified nanny or house help. Because again, there's a snag. Some women will say, I agree, but she's coming to serve me.
Yeah.
Sebra.
So
Ati
when
repete.
we leave a situation where a woman, regardless of the number, is able to focus on her husband, when he's at her place, they focus on their marriage. They focus on, it does not mean that the wives will not interact. It will not force friendship. It will leave them to grow into themselves at their pace.
That is why polygyny has two models. The Abrahamic model
Which is
and the Mohammedan model.
Oh, okay.
Abrahamic model, one wife in this city, the other one in Makkah, another city.
okay.
Mohammedan model, all the wives under the same roof.
Okay, in the same enclave, but not the same
So
apartment.
which one do you think is more, practicable?
Depends.
Depend on
for us
on
today?
The circumstances depends. For instance, there are all these armed forces, they travel a lot virtually by transfer. So if they get to a place, you will really see, particularly even the military, when they get to a place, they have married someone else there because they have transferred, and it goes with every other profession. Sister Sideko, you said something about you now enter, aspiration is different from practical experience. Has it happened as a mediator? It may not be your practical experience. Has it happened that, okay, this is what I wanted. They say, don't go there, and you eventually went. And then you now start suffering in silence because you don't want to bring yourself out. Say, Shebi Moso, what did you go there to do?
I have that. I have a number
Plenty.
of cases like that.
So, and then you start see the sister die having emotional depression and all of
Meltdown,
that
yes,
because
yes.
you cannot cry out.
They can't cry out, yes. That is where it becomes a case of we practitioners. Because you see, someone, especially when he had become celebrated in quotes, they struggled a lot before they got into it. And then she gets into it and you leave her hanging. For instance, you're showing it glaringly that you favor somebody more than her. You leave her hanging, querying whether she's still married or not.
Wow.
Especially when it is clear. We live in the time and age of social media now. You can't do anything that people will not.
It's hidden.
At every opportunity, they are saying only you and only you and only you and then it becomes a case of where is that lagbaja?
Shake.
See,
I know of
wait,
somebody
you
who
will ask.
I know of somebody who said that she was asked after some years that are you still married to so and so?
Makes it very glaring, even in everywhere. When you now abandon somebody, God forbid, for else to be lie, that abandoned woman goes to do anything untoward. Is the sin on her alone?
Of course, it is.
Very rhetorical question, sir.
You still get something right. I read a book titled The Power of a Praying Woman. bought so many copies for people. Even though it's a Christian book, very relevant. A woman who equips herself with prayer
Anti-prayers.
will not go into fornication or adultery or anything. She can always manipulate the mind of her husband or heart of her husband with prayers. Get what she wants with prayer. Those who go into all those unholy practices, they do it because they lack understanding of the power of prayer. If you know the power of prayer, you can move mountains.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Check, but you know, the twist to this is you are talking of people who are still
Spiritually,
not even people who are still they
emotionally balanced.
People who have crossed out of, you know, they're on the brink, they're on the edge of depression. This thing you are saying, they will even query their prayers.
Their belief.
They will query that if my prayer was this man wouldn't have done
They should
this.
seek professional
So
help.
that is where, because at the end of the day,
for
what
therapy.
I say to women, because when women come to me with my husband, I remind them of their first obligation to their creator first. Everyone will bear their names individually before their Lord. You will not say because if you now feel, if you've gotten to the point where you feel you can no longer control yourself, go to a Sharia panel or a Sharia court and ask them to intervene, rather than you getting to the point where, because of his action, you will now mess yourself up.
Well, this is still very much interesting, and we have comments and we have observations. We have, you know, our viewers out there chipping in their 1 or 2 points. Sheikh, our sister Mistura said that the only sunnah that men love to practice and know how to practice is polygyny. Is that so?
Not at all.
All right, and we also have another question from one of our brothers, Ibn Talut. He said, how do we solve issues or fights between our wives without appearing one-sided? Yes.
That is why you must be well grounded.
Don't be a man.
Sagacity and the
courageous.
And if you don't know how to do it, seek help from people who are more knowledgeable than you to assist in settling the quarrel.
Let me add to that. There's something that men do. Men who are men. When it is looking like all women are moving mad, you will move mad on everybody too. And when it gets to that point where the man has changed it for everybody, women will sit up.
Maintain.
Because you know, sometimes you can really get problematic and the man is just at a loss. And he will just change it. I will just abandon all of you now, and everybody will now sit up like, you should have cost it now, before he will run away for all of. And, you know, there will be an initial and they will all come down to, oh yeah, let's resolve issues. Again, it will also play out well on how that man has been managing the home front from the get-go. Because this man knows each woman more than they know themselves. He's the one dealing with everybody. So he knows how that this is our mumu button. This one. So if he's unable, then he should check himself too.
Okay, Sheikh, you know that as much as we encourage separate apartment, there should be that moment, that time, could be seasonal. I mean, what comes to fall here is probably during the Eid al-Adha, where you can bring all the women together instead of saying, you go and celebrate your own, you go celebrate your own, at least for there to be that cohesion.
Yeah, so that the children of the family
can, you know, unite.
Get to bond together.
Exactly. What do you think?
It's allowed. Very encouraging and very good practice.
What I encourage my women is that, because, you know, some will tell you, especially those who there's hostile, you know, environment that whenever we meet, it's always fight, I tell them that, how do you want to share the man during celebrations? Who should stay with the man, who should not stay? You people should tolerate yourself for the 3 or 4 hours of the celebration.
Of course.
Manage the day, that's what you need. When the night comes, wherever it's supposed to spend the night, it will go there. You people you can't swallow yourself up for 3-4 hours during the day. So, and that's where, you know, initially when I told some people, they said, hey,
enlightenment.
okay, let's try it. In fact, we tried it this year for some people. So I was really nothing much. We didn't kill ourselves, really, because we're talking of celebration.
Of course.
Let the children,
The entire
see
family.
Come together.
everybody. What do you want to do for yourselves for 3-4 hours?
I think that mindset shift is very important.
It is
for
important
most
that
women.
just whatever it is you need to do, comport yourselves for that period.
In all of
Everybody
this we
goes
are
back
saying,
to
sir, you know, a lot of problems, challenges we face is lack of adequate communication.
Yes.
What should the man do to communicate well?
Because
Not taking any of them for granted. And that communication should flow continuously.
there's a difference between speaking and communicating.
Effective communication.
Many times we speak to ourselves, but we are
Without
not
communicating.
communicating.
True.
So we should learn the
Fẹ́ dọ́gbọ́n.
we should learn the art of communication first. So once we know how to do effective communication, then all these problems are already half solved.
So half solved, yes, that's the right word. Half solved.
Yes.
So,
Sister
Sheikh,
Sidiko.
before we go to the last words, because of course we'll be wrapping up now in a few minutes.
It's like we should not
What should
finish.
an everyday healthy polygynous home feel or look like?
It should look like everyone trying to
Harmony.
make the best of their marriage, regardless of what the whole structure looks like. Less of competition or comparison.
Contentment.
Let everyone face,
Qadar.
at the end of the day, we are all living our qadar. From the
Qadar.
1st to the 4th, we are all living what has been written for us.
Now,
So should we make it more a problem?
problem.
Again, like I used to say, I tell this truth, we women are the receiving end more. Whether 1st, whether 4th, we are the receiving end. Why? We are the ones that was there before, you are the one coming in, you are the... when it gets to some point, the man can abandon everybody and run away, like, me.
We're
And
just
then we are the
sad.
ones that will be hanging again. Where is this man? No. Where is this man? No. You know, so let us all just understand that you are living your marriage, you're trying to build your marriage, you're trying to be with your own
End
companion,
Rahama.
and then ultimately end Jannah through this.
I think
Sheikh, before
what-
you are answering that, sir, you know, they say it's more of it benefits the woman than the men. The way you have narrated and analyzed everything. Why again, if it benefits us more, why are we our own problems?
because there's no fear of God.
Okay.
The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Everything we are doing, we should be God conscious. If
Iman in
that
yakin.
God consciousness is there, we have less rancor at home. We know that everything, whether we like it or not,
We are not striving
Has-
to be favorites.
has been predetermined. You can't live beyond your qadar. What Allah has written must surely come to pass.
Yes.
So when you know all these things, and who told you your husband will die before you?
That is opening another kettle
Yeah,
of
in
fish
fact,
entirely.
that's a topic on its
Yes.
own.
That's it.
Because we'll still be back.
Wow. It's like we should continue and continue and continue.
And we
And
have
by
to
the
come
time
back.
is
We have
up,
to bring this up again.
we have to call them back.
Definitely.
It's been TAP, the AIMS podcast, came to you from the studios of AIMS Media Company Limited. Remember to support this program if you want it to endure. We've thoroughly enjoyed ourselves today. Join us same time next week when we shall bring you another very interesting topic. And what is that topic? The girl child education. Sister Mariam.
I'm looking forward to it because I'm a girl child, so naturally. So catch you next week, inshallah, same time. And of course,
Thank you very
remember
much,
to follow us
sir.
across
for-
all our
for-
social media platforms and tap in.
Try and watch this program again and again and again and share your thoughts. Haja, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate your coming. Yeah, thank you.
Allah.
Bye.
Assalamu alaikum.